Let us continue with our lesson. And now if you launch the application for the first time, what you will see is you will notice that we have one GIF image over here. And what we'll do is the next step is to hide this status bar. So we want to hide the status bar and make this activity a full screen. So let's go back to our project over here. And for that, we will go to the view section in the package inside the view, and let's go to the package UI, and inside it we have a splash. So we have a splash activity, and the splash activity is the first activity that we are going to launch. So whenever our application is going to launch, we will be making use of this splash activity. So what we will do is we will hide the status bar, and we have already written one method over here. Let's go to the general helper object over here, and we have this, which is a general helper object of a general helper, and inside this we have a hide status bar method. So let's go and make use of this one, and let's go over here, and I'll just say hide status bar, and general general helper dot hide status bar, and we need to pass the parameter or argument as activity. So I'll just call it as a this, and that's it. So we have called the hide status bar method over here, and let's run the application. And by this method, by this call of the method, what we can do is we should be able to hide our status bar. And if you check now, we have status bar hidden over here. So that's great. And the next step of the splash activity is to check our network connection. So basically we are performing network activity, like let's say you want to post our to-do list, and also we want to get a list from a server, we want to log in and register. So we need an internet connection. So for that we need to check a network connectivity. So let's go back to the splash activity, and we will be checking on this activity that whether the internet connection is there or not. So first of all, let me write a function. Let's write a function to say as a check network, and to check a network we have already written one object over here, which is a network helper, and inside this it has a method which is a function of is network connected. So let's call this method. So I think it's not, we just have to rename it. I think is network connected, and let's go over here and I will check. So I will say val status is equals to network helper dot is network connected, and we need to pass an argument of a context. So let's say context is of this, and it will return a boolean value. So if you go over here, let me close this one. If you go to the network helper, you can check that it's returning a boolean value, which is true or false. So here we can get a status of a network, whether it's connected or not. So I can check a condition of if status, which is of true. If status is true, then the network is connected. Then we will go and launch the let's go and launch our login activity. And if the network is not connected, we can just say as else part, else, that means the internet or network is not connected. Then we'll go and give our user some warning message to just on their internet connection. So for that I will make use of alert, alert alert, and this is, if you check, this is an alert builder which is coming from JetBrains, the Akino plugin or the library that we have added. If you go and notice over here, let's go to the Gradle build and check, we have added a dependency for our Akino, and with the help of Akino we can do a lot of beautiful stuff. And thing that we are currently interested is in the alert dialog. So we will be writing a lambda expression over here, and you can see that it's how easy to create an alert dialog using a Akino extension. So let's create a dialog box over here, and I'll just say each Cancelable is equals to false, which means that user should not be able to cancel the dialog box. Like when he click outside of the dialog box, then the box should not be dismissed. And just say title is equals to we have already written a get a string, and inside this I have a r dot string dot string value. We have a of a error no internet. So if you go to the value folder over here and string, we have some error message here, no internet. So no internet is a message which is of error no internet, and we can make use of error no internet message. So sorry, there is no network connection. So let's show this a message over here, and after title I will just show a message over here. Message is equals to get string. We want to get a string resource file, that string that error of no internet message. So we have a title message, and we should create a one button. So I'll just get positive button, COPOSI positive button, and the string text, let's say okay. And after okay, let's keep let's create a expression, lambda expression over here, and we have access to it, which means it means a dialog interface. So I can just say it dot dismiss. So whenever user click on the OK button, we should dismiss the dialog box. And the next step is to show it. So what we can just do is show. Sorry, I think it should not be so. It's not here. Sorry for that one. It should be after this one. I can show it. So here we can show. Okay, let me arrange it properly. Okay, so we have an alert dialog box. Now you can see how easy it is to create just an alert dialog box. So if there is no internet connection, we are just going to show that there is a no internet connection message over here. And if there is an internet connection, then we will go and launch our login activity. And to log in an activity, we can just make use of a Equino function. So I'll just say start activity, and when we with the start activity we have a pass intent to which activity you want to launch, right? So for that, what we can do is we can make use of our Equino extension over here, and we can just say that intent for, and we can call it as a login activity. So you can notice here is how easy to make use of Equino extension. We can just create a dialog box with the help of this one, and to launch an activity, you can see it's how easy with just one line of code we can make use of the intent for and login activity, and it will launch an activity for us. And finally, we have to just call this method over here, and if you go to here, and we can just check the internet connection, and let's run the application. So if there is no internet connection, we should let's go over here and let's wait for the application to relaunch. And if it's successful, yeah, if the net is successful, then we can see we have a login screen over here, so which means that it's working perfectly fine. And if you try to disable the internet over here, and if you try to launch the application, then you should see the dialog box over here that says that no internet connection. So sorry, the internet connection, there is no network connection, and please check your network connection. So when you click on outside of dialog box, it's not dismissed, but when you click on the OK button, that should dismiss. Yeah, so it's perfectly working fine. And the next step for us is to do something over here. We will be doing some additional work on this splash activity before we can continue and move forward. So let's move on to the next video, or let's meet up in the next lecture. Till then, have a great day.